I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you a test question from Unit 1 Functions. Question is, Sam is paid $8 per hour plus 5% of his sales above $1,000 for a 40-hour work week. Write a function to represent the situation. Part B is, how much will Sam earn in the week in which he sold $2,200 worth merchandise? Part C is, write inverse relation in function notation. And part D is, find the sales of the week in which Sam earned $500. You can pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. Now let's begin by writing the function to represent this situation. Now we say Sam is paid $8 per hour plus 5% commission on the sales above $1,000. Let us say E is Sam's earning, right? So we are defining the variable E as earning in dollars. So I'm not writing it, but just telling you, let E be earning in dollars. So this earning is at the rate of 8 per hour for a 40-hour week. That means 8 times 40, right? So 8 per hour. So let me write down 8 times 40, correct? So it is a 40-hour work week plus 5%, that means 5 over 100 of sales above 1,000. So sales minus 1,000. Do you see that? So that is how you could write your equation. So here we have E as earnings in dollars, right? And we have S as sales. I should say sales per week in dollars, correct? And since time is 40 hours, we have taken this as 40, correct? So we get hourly rate times number of hours worked plus 5% of sales above 1,000. So that is how you can get your equation, correct? So you could write this as 320 plus, this is, you could write 1 over 20, or you could write, I prefer to write 1 over 20. Well, this is better to use, sales minus 1,000, okay. So let this be the equation. Now the part B is, how much will Sam earn in the week in which he sold $2,200 worth of merchandise? That means S is $2,200. So the earnings will be equals to 320 plus 1 over 20 times sales is 2,200. So it is 2,200 minus 1,000. So you can calculate using calculator or like this. So that is 1,200, which is 320 plus, when you divide by 20, you know 0 and 0 cancels and 60, right? So you get 380, right? So the earnings after selling so many dollars in a week will be $380, right? So that is how you could actually, so that goes here, and this is 60. Do you see? 120 divided by 2, 60. So the earning is $380 for the week in which $2,200 worth of material or merchandise has been sold. Now part C is, write inverse relation in function notation. Now from here we can write down the inverse relation. So basically it is E minus 320 multiply by 20 and then you add 1,000, correct? So I'd like you to do these steps. So one by one. So let's begin by writing this as E minus 320, correct? And then we'll multiply this by 20. And then we add 1000. So plus 1000 equals to sales. So that becomes the inverse relation, right? So in function notation, we could write this as sales in terms of earnings is equals to 20 times E minus 320 plus 1000. So that is how you get inverse. So the function is earnings in terms of sales. Do you see that? And the inverse is sales in terms of earnings, right? So that is how they are related. Now the question is, find the sales of the week in which Sam earned $500. So the earnings is given as $500. We want to find sales. So sales for that week, for the earning is 500, is equals to, replace this E by 500. So we get 20, 500 minus 320 plus 1000, correct? So you could use calculator, find your answer. So it is 20 times, well, within brackets, 500 minus 320, bracket close, plus 1000 equals to, so you get earnings as $4,600. The units are dollars, correct? So that is how you could actually solve such question. So here the answer is the earnings. Find the sales. If the earnings are 500, the sales for that week of 40 hours is $4,600. So that is how you would actually solve this question. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.